Howdy fellow Tenno. In this video we're going to be talking about the 10 hardest warframes to farm. This is completely all opinion based. If you disagree, please leave a comment. Tell me which one you think is harder than the other. And by the way, I didn't list them from easiest to hardest. These are just 10 hard warframes to farm. Somebody in the comments after I did my 10 easiest warframes to farm asked if I could do 10 hardest warframes to farm. So I figured why not. Again, this is all opinion based. Some people might find these very easy to get. Me on the other hand, I think these were pretty hard. There's even one of these I still don't have. So if you haven't seen my video on the 10 easiest warframes, it'll be in the description and you can click right above at the card. Alright, number 1. I am probably gonna butcher almost every name, but I apologize. But number 1 will be Harrow, or Harrow, however you want to call it. I call it Harrow. You're all going to be wondering, wait a minute, Schitzy. And yes, it's pronounced Schitzy, not Schitzy, but I love it either way. But you're going to be wondering, but Schitzy, didn't you say in one of your other videos, if you need credits just to sell Harrow chassis, that you get a ton of them? You are very correct. You get a ton of Harrow chassis, but it does not mean the other parts are easy to obtain. Harrow chassis, you will get hundreds to thousands of them, but the other parts, they won't come so easy. As you can see right here, you're stuck between doing defection missions or Kuba survivals. You're also stuck between 6 to 15% chances with the defection and a 12% chance with the Kuba survival. It's a grind. And then say you want the Neurologicz. Again, Kuba survival, 12% drop rate. Not too good. Not too good. You can also do a Kuba spy. I'll completely admit I am awful at spies, but you can either do a Kuba survival at 12% drop rate on rotation C, or a spy with a 16.67% drop rate. This one isn't as bad as some of the others on the list, but again, none of these are in any order. They're all just pretty difficult. Another reason why this might be a little difficult is because you have to do the Chains of Harrow quest to unlock the blueprint. That is probably the easiest part of this whole entire grind. But again, you have to do a quest and you have to grind out the other pieces in a bunch of different missions with a very low drop chance. And a lot of people just don't like running Kuba Fortress missions. I might be one of them. This one can be pretty hard. Some people will say it's easy, but a beginner, probably not so much. If you like to push yourself, go ahead. That's what this list is for. The person in my comment basically wanted this because they wanted the harder ones, so they can go ahead and work towards them while they're getting the easier ones. It's a good way to look at it if you're a beginner and you're watching this. Now we have number 2. We're going to talk about Nidus. Again, just like the last one, you do have to complete a quest. You have to complete the Glass Gambit quest, and that will only get you the blueprint. To get all 3 of the other pieces, you have to run Infested Salvage, which is on Ares. By the drop chance, it doesn't look like it would be that hard. It looks pretty easy actually, but let me tell you now, a lot of people do not like running this mission, period. So if you're looking for a public match, you might not find one. You might have to solo this. All in all, the game mode itself is very easy, in my opinion. The game mode is super easy. In my opinion, I feel like Infested is just easier, but not everybody will like this game mode. And the thing is, percent chance might look like a lot, but you do gotta get to rotation C. That is the thing. You could get lucky and get them in 3 missions, or it might take you 100. It'll probably take you, I would say, 10 to maybe 30 missions or more. It just depends on your luck. It's been a really long time since I've done this, so I don't really remember how hard it really was, but in a way, I do remember it being a pain. And I've also read around a lot about people saying that it's very hard for them to get. That's why it's on this list. I've seen it posted a ton, and it's just one I remember being just kind of annoying. I do have to give a little disclaimer. A lot of these warframes can be gotten in the circuit, which means if you do that, you can skip every single one of these missions. I would never skip all the quests though. you want to do your quest. But yes, a lot of these can be found in the circuit, but if you're not running the circuit, these are the ways to obtain these, and these are, in my opinion, some of the hardest. So also, if you're running the circuit and you happen to see Nidus or one of these on the list, you might want to pick it. Okay, number 3. This is one of my favorites, but also one of my least favorite to grind. And we're going to talk about Khora. Khora is a pain to grind. I don't know why, but it is. You have to do regular Sanctuary Onslaught. You cannot do the Elite variant, so that right there makes it seem like it's not that hard, especially if you have a nuking frame. But first of all, before we look at anything, look at the drop chances. 9%, 11%, 11%, and 8%. That's rough. Also, the thing is about this one is every 2 stages is a rotation. It does not seem like it's that hard by looking at this, but if you also look at nearly guaranteed 72, 58, 57, 79, it is painful. If you are someone that just loves doing Sanctuary Onslaught for some weird reason, this will not be that hard. If you're looking to do this, I would suggest finding somebody that can nuke. Finding somebody capable of nuking will save you so much time, but it will still take a ton of time, especially depending on your luck. Let me just tell you now, this one was one of the hardest for me to get. I had really bad luck. I will guarantee I ran well over 150 before I completed her. So if you have bad luck like me, be aware. But don't run away. Always try. You'll get it. Okay, number 4. This one, in my opinion, is probably one of the easier ones on the list, and it's going to be Baruuk. The only reason that I put this on this list is because you have to buy it from Little Duck. The way I look at Little Duck is they're more of an in-game person. You also have to be rank 3 to get all of the pieces, which buying all of the pieces will cost you 20,000 standing. While this doesn't sound that difficult, it can be, especially for a beginner. And some players just don't like playing Orb Valis. I was one of them. Mainly just certain resources that you had to grind out in Orb Valis made it just kind of not welcoming. But this again is not that hard, but you do have to get to rank 3. And on top of that, you do need 20,000 standing to buy it from Little Duck. This one's pretty simple. There's not much more to talk about. So we're moving on to number 5. Number 5. Now this one should probably be one of the hardest. If this list was in any order, this one would probably be number 1 or number 2. We're talking about Equinox. The thing about this one is all pieces are acquired the exact same way. So you're probably wondering, why is that so hard? It's all just in an assassination. Wasn't almost every Warframe that you put on your easiest top 10 an assassination? Yes and no, but yes, mostly. This one is a little different. You basically have to build 2 separate Warframes and then build them together to make Equinox. You have to grind out the day and night aspect of the blueprint, chassis, systems, and neuroptics. And as you can see by the chance, they're all estimated between 11 to 12% chance. Put that into your brain. You have to find and craft 2 Warframes just to build one. This one, I will say, beware. If you really want it, go ahead. If not, get the Prime version. Before I lose too many brain cells, we're moving on to number 6. And number 6 is going to be Octavia. Some of you might be like, but Schitzy, this is so easy. No way. Octavia is so easy. Not for everybody. For one, you have to complete Octavia's Anthem quest. That will get you the blueprint and another item that I will not talk about because maybe you don't have it yet. The chassis, on the other hand, can be very easy to get. That's only if you know how to locate and run the music puzzle on Lua. I'm not going to show a guide on how to do it, but this can be pretty challenging if you don't know what you're doing. I have done this maybe 2 times on accident, to be fair. And I will be honest, I give respect to the people that can do this so easy, because I can't. I will never pretend like I am amazing. This gives me trouble, I will admit. And then we move on to the Neurologicz. Rotation C in their survival. Not that bad, right? 22.5% chance. Really not that bad. That one, I'll be honest, not that bad. The systems could be trouble for certain people. If you don't have a build, or if you're not good at looking for hidden cache, this could be very hard. The systems can only be found in a cache on the Crossfire Exterminate called Plateau, or Plato, whichever one you want to call it. Some people might have a build and have ways that they might be able to do this pretty easy, but beginners might have trouble completing any of these. This one again is more personal preference, but the thing is, you do have to do a quest, you do have to do multiple different missions, so it kind of forces you to learn more aspects of the game, which is a good thing, but it can also be scary for a new player. All in all, it's not really that hard. Number 7, we're going to talk about a Warframe that I know absolutely nothing about, and that is Styanax. I will admit it, I have it, I never have used it. Don't bash me, please. There is a very good reason why this is on the list. Some people might be like, no, it's not that hard, just do the mission every week, come on. The thing is, a lot, and I mean a lot, of Warframe players do not like doing the call missions. These missions can be very, very boring and dull to a lot of Warframe players. I've already talked about these missions before. The reason why I think it can be boring is because it kind of removes the basic gameplay and the basic movements of Warframe that we love, which is bullet jumping, moving fast, rolling, everything cool about it. You're kind of more clunky, and you're forced to do little small certain things, trying not to get seen, and that can be very hard. But the thing is, you only get new challenges that give you stock once a week. Yes, you can run the mission as many times as you want and find some stock inside the mission, but that is not a reliable option. Every week you get new missions that you can complete to get stock. To some of you, the missions can be very easy. To some of us, the missions can be very tedious. It just depends on you. The reason why this is such a pain is because you have to get to rank 5. You have to get to max rank, which means you are not getting this in 1 week, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. You're getting this in multiple weeks. Let's just put it that way. Do not try to rush this. Just do the mission once a week, complete as many challenges as you can, and you will eventually get it. But it does take a good amount of time. This is definitely one of the hardest, I will say, to get. It is not that hard, but it takes a lot of time. Time is money. That's all I gotta say. We're gonna move on to number 8 because I don't want this video being 30 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Hildryn. And let me just tell you right now, I made the biggest mistake ever. In one of the recordings of my last few videos, you'll see that I even talk about how I'm just now crafting Hildryn for the first time, even though I'm legendary too. Well, I made a rookie mistake, a very big rookie mistake. I cannot stand fighting the exploiter orb, and this is why this Warframe is on the list. But what I did was, I immediately, as soon as I clicked claim, I went to my helmet and I subsumed her at rank 0, and I never even got the mastery rank. Yep, go ahead and bash me for that. I deserve it. Okay, back to getting Hildryn. The blueprint is a lot easier. All you have to do is go to Little Duck and be rank 2. 5,000 reputation, you're good to go. But the other parts, they only drop from killing the exploiter orb. Let me tell you now, the exploiter orb is not easy, but it's also not that hard. The thing is, no matter how hard or how easy it is, it's still kind of a lengthy process either way. I'm not going to go into big detail on how you actually complete the exploiter orb, but you or a teammate has to have already done a thermia fracture during the event to even start this. One last thing, even if you got extremely lucky and you got all 3 of these parts in just 3 kills, you will still need more material that only drops from the exploiter orb. Go have fun with that, but do not make the same mistake I did. Number 9, we're almost done so I can stop embarrassing myself. We're gonna talk about Ash. Ash was pretty easy to get, but they changed it. As you can see, only way you can get Ash is by doing railjack missions, which not everybody can do, and I will say that they are not that easy to do. Doesn't matter how good you are, they're still not incredibly easy, but for a beginner these would be extremely hard, and as you can see by every percent chance they are so low as 13% and 4%. So you can imagine these take a while. So you have to have a good railjack, and you have to be strong enough to complete the defense, exterminate, etc. that you have to do during that railjack mission, and then you only get a 13 to 4% chance of a drop rate. That will break you if you're not ready. Have fun. I would suggest doing this over time while you're learning railjack. When you still enjoy railjack and you're just doing random missions, you might just find these. And then it won't be such a hassle to grind out every one of these pieces, because trust me, it is. I wish you all good luck. Alright, we're on to the last one. This is the one that's been kicking my butt forever. Grendel. Grendel is such a pain. Grendel is the biggest pain. I have to admit, Grendel is the hardest warframe to grind, period. But that is just me. Grendel is the only warframe that I do not have. I have his prime. I have every warframe in the game right now, but I do not have Grendel. The reason is, first, you have to do arbitrations. I cannot stand arbitrations. Thank goodness they added new missions. Oh, thank you, Warframe. I cannot stand doing arbitrations, but you need 25 3 times. So you need 75 Vitus Essence to get all 3 of the locators. The different locators, if you get all 3 of them, will mark 3 different missions on your map. It doesn't sound that hard, but the thing about this is there is no running pubs. You can run in a team, but you have to have a team already set up, and I do believe that everyone in the team has to have these locators unlocked as well. So if you're like me and you don't have any friends, especially ones that have gotten far enough to get locators, you might be out of luck. And here is why. During these missions, the enemies will only be about 25 to level 30, so it doesn't seem that hard. I didn't think it would either. But you can't use your gear wheel, you can't use any mods, no arcanes, nothing. Everything is as if it's just a regular base warframe, and all your weapons are all just base. This right here, it doesn't sound that bad. Just wait till you try it once. The thing is, one of them is a 20-minute survival. No mods, no nothing. Think about that. That is a pain. The first time I tried this, I got to 2 minutes remaining and I failed. I was so mad. I don't think I've tried again. The other one is a 10-wave defense. This one I completed. I don't remember how, but this one I completed. I will have to admit that that is probably easier than a 20-minute survival. But the other one is an excavation. The thing is, the mission doesn't end until you hit 800 cryotic. That is a lot. That is painful. If anybody has these unlocked and they would like to help me, let me know, please. I will drop my username, or you'll probably see it in the video somewhere, or you'll see it in the description because it will be down there. Add me up and please help me out with them. Okay, I'm not gonna keep begging. Before I end this video, I do have a couple honorable mentions. One is Excalibur Prime. There's not much to say about this. Only founders can have this. People keep arguing with the devs. Bring it back. Unfortunately, it will never come back. It just won't. So if you're not a founder, you will never have Excalibur Prime. That is the end of that one. The last honorable mention is Caliban. They did just give out a free one, or they are for the rest of this month. So if you haven't Go log in, you'll get a free one. It's great now. They fixed it, made it so much better. Before they were giving it out for free, you had to do the hardest bounties on Nidus and Fortuna, but I don't mean Steel Path. Normal bounties, level 50 through 70, but the drop chances are horrendous. 8.1%, 5.45%, 7.5%. As you can see, the list goes on. All of them have a very low drop chance. If you like doing bounties, this is probably easy. It was pretty easy for me. I will say that some of these parts, to be able to craft these items, a lot of them need in-game resources and other ones that are just hard to get. So that's enough. Do a little recap. We talked about Harrow, Nidus, Khora, Baruuk, Equinox, Octavia, Styanax, Hildryn, Ash, Grendel, and then we had 2 honorable mentions, Excalibur Prime, which will never come back, and Caliban. If I made any mistakes in this video, please correct me in the comments. I will not get offended. It is how we all learn. We will never get better if we don't make mistakes. If you think there are other Warframes that are harder to obtain than the ones that I listed, please put them in the comments and give me a reason why. I would love to hear your feedback. To the person that asked me to do this video, thank you for the video idea. I appreciate it. If this video was any help to you at all, please leave a like. You don't have to. It's just a polite thing to do. If you're not already, please hit subscribe. I will give you a heads up. I will not only be posting or playing Warframe. I will be posting other games, and I will also be streaming other games. But Warframe will be my main concern. But if that strays you away and you don't want to subscribe due to that, I completely understand and I won't be upset. But if you do want to help me out, please subscribe. Makes me happy, brings my confidence back. Alright guys, I hope this helped and I hope you enjoyed. Love you guys, I'm out.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want.